Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelsey. I'm a graphic designer, brand designer, and today we're going to be talking about brand patterns. Recently, I shared a couple of videos. I had made this gelato brand. It's called Maria and Minny. I showed the development of it in the mood board stage and then in the brand mark development stage with color and type exploration, and now I'm sharing the pattern design phase. This is the typical process I take my clients through when we are doing a brand project, and I thought it would just be fun to share in this exercise. Basically, today I'm going to be showing a whole variety of ways that I create brand patterns. They will be from in Procreate on my iPad, on my computer on Adobe Illustrator, and just creating them to be vector files or for them to be textured files to be used throughout branding. Brand patterns are so important because they really help your brand explode across marketing materials. You can use them in any way really you see fit. You can use them on your website so easily. You can use them on your business cards. You could put them on promotional material. You could put them on guides for clients if you're a service-based business. You could use them as Instagram highlight covers. Really, the list is endless. They come into use so easily, and they really help add a bit more personality to your brand. Within that, you can also develop illustrations as part of your pattern plan and have a whole variety of set to use throughout moving forward. I'm going to dive into a couple ways I make these, and I'm excited to hear what you think. Let's get into it. Begin by creating in Adobe Illustrator. I'm pulling already established brand materials in, such as the mood board and brand marks, and just really starting to see where this brand is headed. This will give me inspiration and guidance on creating the patterns moving forward. Instantly, I became drawn to these different circle shapes and arches throughout the mood board, and I wanted to continue to use that throughout the pattern. So I just began to play around with a circle and a square element, and I use the Pathfinder tool to really create these separate blocking shapes. From there, I'm able to continue to play around and start to develop this feeling of a pattern. I'm really vibing with these interacting or interchanging different elements of the pattern from the half circle and then the partial color block of the previous square. Next, I just want to line it up and make sure it all looks great alternating, and I'm excited to have this as my first pattern. Next, I just want to play around a little bit more on these same sort of shapes, but how I can adapt them, so I make a quick second option. Next, I'm jumping over to Procreate to create some illustrations. I first want to find a reference photo to use. I usually use Unsplash or Envato elements to find this, and then I jump into creating the doodles in Procreate. I find the shapes to become really fun to create these two different scoops of ice cream, and then I'm going ahead and exporting them as a PNG to be airdropped into Illustrator. From here, I am using the image trace tool to create the outlines and expand it, and this is allowing me to have it be a vector so I can make all kinds of different adjustments to it without worrying about it being warped as a file. Eventually decided to place the scoop of ice cream in the middle of a circle and create a recreating pattern. This is just a fun way to show another element of the ice cream and create some dynamic between the different scoops and outline colors. Now I'm going back over to my iPad once again to create more doodles as a texture element. At first, I thought I wanted to do some sort of overlapping texture with the brush tool, but then I decided to create some doodles instead. I then bring these back into Illustrator and kind of go through the same process as before. I do the image tracing, I expand the graphic, and now it's a vector. I then play around with the layout of these few different shapes and see how they can begin to interact with each other. I really like this floral component of a shape, and I'm excited to see it repeated and see how that can be used moving forward.
One little tip is to use Command D to have your pattern quickly multiply. And a little bit more in these quick tips, I also wanted to share how you can make it repeat. One thing with patterns is you want to have the seamless repetition when you are using it. So one way to do this is to clip the tail end of your pattern and bring it over to the other side. I do this from the right side to the left side and then also from the top to the bottom. So all you're doing here is laying a shape over the top, creating a mask, and bringing that up to the top and removing the clipping layer.
And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment or message me over on Instagram. I'm always so happy to help. And I'm just so excited to continue this project. A couple things coming up is supporting elements for this brand, the style guide. I'm going to show it all come together and just really wrapping it up. I've had so much fun working on it already. I can't wait to see it all come together and show you the final results. So stick around and that will be coming soon. Thanks so much for watching again, and I'll see you in the next video.